the over-complexity of respect, but I might change that to the over-complexity of a direct message on Twitter. Okay. I would like to talk about the boy that uses a walker to get around. One day, he was lucky enough to run into Robert Downey Jr. and get his autograph, all while being photographed by a bystander. The photograph would then soon become a popular image on the internet and social media websites such as Pinterest, due to the fact that it made people who already loved RDJ love him more, because what a great man he was for talking to a boy with a disability. I came across this photograph while perusing Pinterest the other night. My friend had insisted that I make one, and since we both shared a love of Robert Downey Jr., the first thing I did after joining was look through her board devoted to him. I think the picture was supposed to give me warm, fuzzy feels. It didn't. This past March, I made the decision that I was going to attend my senior prom, and I was going to do it with a bang. I went as a junior, but I didn't have a date. In fact, I had never been on a date before in my entire life. I don't like to complain about my situation, having a form of muscular dystrophy that confines me to a wheelchair, but this really did suck. The thing is, I am and always have been a funny, outgoing person. Maybe it's too simple to blame my dateless life on my wheelchair, but that's what I tend to do. Mind you, I don't sit in my room and cry about it. I realize I just have to put myself out there more. I have to work harder. I'm a go big or go home type of girl, so I figured I wouldn't limit myself to just the male population of my high school. I was in the shower one night when the idea came to me, fully formed and crystal clear, to write to celebrities asking them to go to prom with me, because really, what the hell, I didn't see why it wasn't worth a try. This idea quickly grew into a YouTube video I made that circulated the high school in one night and made me somewhat of a celebrity myself the following morning among my classmates. It also included about 50 different letters, phone calls, and emails sent to the producers, managers, etc. of James Franco, Ryan Gosling, Matt Nathanson, Connor Oberst, and Johnny Depp. The video and letters were not just about me finding a celebrity date for prom. I talked a lot about the fact that people with disabilities deal with the same feelings and desires as any other teenager, such as self-consciousness about body image and the wish to be in a relationship with someone. These things are often overlooked with people with disabilities because there are so many other issues people assume we have to deal with, like accessibility and whatnot. But obviously we still deal with all the crap other people our age contend with, and usually this stuff is a lot tougher. Anyway, I ended up going to prom with a very sweet boy from my high school, but one day while riding the bus to school I checked my Twitter to find that I had a total of 6 direct messages from Matt Nathanson, who is a wonderful singer, if any of you don't know. The level of awesomeness reached by these messages evoked a full-stage feeling of shock. The complete loss of feeling in all body parts, the rush of heat that follows, and then the chill that makes your head feel like a helium balloon. Matt Nathanson, from here on out referred to lovingly as Matt, thought I was fucking awesome and was going to hook me up with tickets to his Des Moines show so we could hang out. My reply is lost somewhere in the ecstasy of the moment, but I remember saying something along the lines of, "My hat's off to you." Even then, though, I wondered at those words, why had I said them? Because I truly thought he was awesome? Well, obviously, but was that at all influenced by the fact that he had responded to someone in a wheelchair? Maybe, partially, because that wasn't right. I didn't mind putting him out an even higher pedestal because he took the time to message me, but I did mind if the fact that I was in a wheelchair came into play. The best night of my life came and went. Matt hugged me as soon as he saw me. The hug was accompanied by his Hannah and my melting heart. We talked about prom and college in San Francisco. Before we left, he gave me absolutely beautiful college advice, which I will not repeat here due to the fact that I guard that tidbit of information like a baby kitten, and it's rather inappropriate. And then, as we were walking and wheeling away from his trailer, as I was trying quite successfully, I might add, to hold back tears, my dad dropped the bomb. He was walking ahead of me, looking out for bumps in the dirt and other things that may have made my ride a little less smooth. And then he turned to me and said, "Hannah, I've always thought highly of Matt, but now I have a new respect for him." And of course I smiled and agreed. He continued, "I don't know many musicians like him that would do something like that." I was torn here because while my dad's statement solidified the awesomeness of Matt, it also made me squirm. They wouldn't do something like what, I thought? Go out of their way, to talk to a fan that is in a wheelchair? Maybe I was being cynical. Maybe my dad simply meant that he didn't think many musicians would make an effort to connect with their fans, any fans on that level, which is probably true. But still, I couldn't help thinking that my dad's heightened respect towards Matt had to do with the fact that he had talked to me, and not just to me, but someone with a disability. Because, like Robert Downey Jr. showed us, it's incredibly easy to like someone if they talk to and are friendly towards people with disabilities, which is good. Kudos to them for being nice to people who are different. But really, when my dad told me about his new respect for Matt, I wanted to say, don't you think that's just something decent human beings should do anyway? I didn't repin the photo of Robert Downey Jr. talking to the boy in the walker, but I did pull it off onto my desktop. Because sometimes when I'm feeling like life is going grand and the world is made of marshmallows, I open it and remind myself of reality. It's not a horrific reality, it's not harsh or hateful, it's just not right and reality nonetheless.